We live in this world that's always screaming at us to go faster, achieve more, and get results like yesterday. But what if the real secret to lasting change, the stuff that actually sticks, has nothing to do with speed? All right, let's get into it. First things first, we've got to talk about the world we're living in. We're all kind of swimming in this idea of overnight success, this myth that real, meaningful transformation just happens in a flash. Oh, man. I think we've all been there, right? That little nagging feeling in the back of your head, that frustration when you look at where you want to be and feel like you should be so much further along. It's that voice that whispers, hey, you're falling behind. You're not keeping up. And look, this pressure, it doesn't just come out of thin air. You scroll through social media and all you see are the highlight reels, making success look totally effortless. Our phones deliver everything instantly, and that trains us to want the same thing from ourselves. We get sold these quick fixes for everything, and this whole hustle culture thing tells us if you're not grinding 24/7, you're just not doing it right. Honestly, it's an exhausting way to live. So, what's the antidote to all this constant pressure? Well, it's not some super complicated 10-step strategy. It's actually way simpler. It's about a small shift in how you see things. A little reminder you can give yourself every single day. Just take a second and let that one sink in. This isn't just advice, it's permission. It's permission to be a work in progress, permission to take a breath and step onto a path that you can actually stick with. And here it is, the full idea that this entire explainer is built on. It's a really powerful two-part concept. First, you let go of that need for speed. And second, you start to totally redefine what progress even is. Okay, so let's break down that first part. Why is this whole idea of quick results so damaging? Why is it a trap that we really need to learn how to avoid? It really boils down to one question. Are you building something that's just gonna fall apart, or something that's built to last? See, chasing quick results, that's like growing a weed. Yeah, it shoots up fast, but it's got no roots. It's fragile and won't last. Slow growth, on the other hand, that's like planting an oak tree. It's a peaceful, steady process that builds something strong, something with deep roots that can weather any storm. And this brings us to the second part of our big idea, which is, honestly, the most powerful part. Once you let go of that need to rush, you can actually start to see the beauty in the journey itself. You can find growth in every single step. This is such a better way to think about progress, isn't it? Growth isn't just about crossing that big, flashy finish line. No, growth is the quiet decision you make to try again after you stumble. It's that one new thing you learned today. Every single one of those small, unseen efforts, that's a win. So what does this path actually look like in real life? It's surprisingly simple. It's just about taking one small, totally manageable action and then doing it again tomorrow. It's about patiently repeating those little efforts and trusting that they are absolutely adding up. When you learn to embrace that process, that's when you get to the good stuff, the deep, lasting transformation we're all really after. And if you remember one thing, just one thing from all of this, let it be this. It doesn't matter if your progress feels like it's moving at a snail's pace. It doesn't matter if nobody else can even see it. Slow growth is still growth, period. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But the real challenge is actually doing it when the world is yelling at you to hurry up. So how do we find that patience in our day-to-day lives? All right, here's your toolkit. 4 simple things you can start doing today. First, stop obsessing about the final outcome and just focus on your effort right now. So if you want to write a book, don't worry about the bestseller list. Just focus on writing one good sentence today. That's a win, and you need to acknowledge that. Celebrate those small wins. And look, when you feel stuck, because you will, we all do, be kind to yourself. Beating yourself up is fuel for quitting. Self-compassion is the fuel that keeps you going. And above all, you've got to trust your own journey. Your timeline doesn't have to look like anybody else's. So I want to leave you with this question. And don't just hear it, really think about it for a second. What's one small, tiny, maybe even invisible piece of progress you made today? Find it, acknowledge it, honor it. Because right there, that's where true, lasting change really begins.